When Charisse first moved back in and Sully was still figuring out how to have an 18-year-old in the house, after 26 years of just him and Suze, the easiest thing to talk about was school. They'd sit across from each other in the kitchen or the living room, him in his easy chair and her on the couch. Regardless of where she was, her books were always spread out around her. He'd ask her what was she studying, and she'd prattle on in Arabic for a while, occasionally finding a clean piece of paper and writing in thick lines and abrupt curls. Sully would smile, nod, and then ask what else she was learning. She talked about her psychology class, and every morning her professor told the class to be quiet for a few minutes and visualize how they wanted things to happen that day. Sully had thought it sounded like horse shit, but Charisse, she looked so earnest. Her eyes closed and her lips bent into a half smile as she talked about imagining Arabic flying from her mouth in her voice. She said every morning she visualized the calligraphy flowing out of her pen as if it were a geyser spewing ink. Masha'allah, she had said, and smoothed the curled edges of her notebook. And Sully, he felt like he should have understood her, that he had heard her say the words so many times that he should have picked it up, almost by osmosis. But she saved him, didn't make him ask her again what it meant. What God wills, Uncle Sully, what God wants. She had said it, and then turned back to her notebook and scribbled out the word for him to see. Masha'allah, he breathes as he rounds the corner onto Embarcadero, all the windows down and his neck cold. He says it like he remembers Charisse saying it, thick on that first syllable, his voice as sure as hers would be. He hopes he is saying it right. He is 13 minutes away to pick up Mr. Ferdinand. When he pulls up to the curb and throws the townie in park, he reluctantly takes another look in that back seat. The leather has been buffed and sprayed and buffed again, and he wonders if the woman's baby has been born or if it is still laboring into the world, its lungs still content in water. As the second hand ticks loudly from his watch, he tries to visualize. The wetness in the back seat will have dried completely, and there will be no trace of that baby smell carried away by Chuck's miracle spray and the push of the bay winds. Mr. Ferdinand will emerge from the revolving glass doors, his stuffed deliverance and his copy of the Times folded neatly under his arm. He will enter the back without comment, and perhaps halfway into the sunset, he will ask Sully who he's been banging on company time, and then he'll laugh and turn back to the paper. Sully will drop off the townie at the garage on Harrison. Mendoza will be gone for the day, and there will be no traffic on the way back to 26th Street. Suze and Charisse will just be serving the chicken legs, the greens, the potatoes when Sully walks in the door. He will come home, and they will eat, and he will ask the girls if they are excited to go to Reno. What time should they leave on Friday? Or should they drive up early on Saturday? Sully won't mind doing the lion's share of the driving, and the highway through the mountains will be salted and clear of snow. When they get there, he'll have cash for them, 10s and 20s to press into their palms like secrets. And he'll tell them, go, have fun, go shopping. Charisse will thank him in Arabic, and he will understand her and say, Masha'allah, and Charisse will guffaw and be impressed. And Suze, his wife, she will pinch his left earlobe, kiss his right cheek, and click her silver heels together for luck, as she always does before she heads to the slots.
Oh.